and is the one that reminds him that his new wife speaks the language of the Aztecs, Nahuatl. Francisco Hernandez de Córdoba, the first captain, arrives on 1517 by signs. The local
This is our hotel in Campeche on the Atlantic Ocean. Fernando Castro's painting, Julio Rivera's friend.
Being was made by the coal. This speaks about this long and bad word, pan and chen. On the opposite side, we have the sun. We have to find a new place to live. They represent the eagle fighting the snake man. And his family garden. Those are the houses from the second part of the 19th century. This is the boat to save it. And this bull heart, they must get better. No, pero
This is the lagoon of Celestun.
Es por ahí. Uno de cuatro los libros a ver si no llevo y no hay nada.
Mario?
Sí.
The water is red, is it from the plant?
A ver.
Same line as there are. we paid the same price. They're too far.
Going to Cuba, made some changes. Yesterday, they arrived a little more than they were 3 days ago, and they expect that they will come back a few others. For the moment, this is the biggest colony that is generally is bigger than this one. Maybe this is the 10% of what we can see in other periods that is totally pink.
They showed some baby cocodrilos.
Ah, did you saw some small cocodrilos? ¿Les enseñaste cocodrilos jóvenes?
Sí.
¿Y debemos ver también esas ratas? The problem is that they are flying in that direction, not where we are. On this side of the peninsula.
And look at those two fighting.
But I have never seen them closer than 10 meters. Look behind us. You want to give breath?
Yeah, I think they just turned.
Yeah.
And all this all just friends of mine and said there's no such thing as a sea. We've all got different records.
Yeah. Come on here. It's good bread here.
This is buen brazo, ¿verdad, compadre?
Thank They like water like that, do they? You've been up the Amazon, Anna? No, not yet. I don't fancy too much because I know it was a lot of in there. I get the kind of thing that likes you, like, you know, because they're out in the garden, they come in that day.
These are
On the
mangrove
Amazon, did you
forests.
go on a cruise or was it? No, we're going February, aren't we? Oh, it's all the daughters.
They
That's
got
mine.
married
And she's
already.
cooking. Let's take it.
Tarzan's house. Termites. Tarzan's house.
It's great. Looks the same to me, you see. Oh, there is big one as well. It looks like if there's a...
Coraline.
one sitting there. Oh, it might be just like a current. Of fish going around that.
Look, that water that you can see on the left side, but also there are some birds, families especially, that they come here because here there is to eat all the day. We have two different kinds of fishes. Some of those that they are coming from, that they are from sweet water. This is one of the eyes of the underground water. We call sonot in Maya language. Sonot means subterranean water. To be this one used. Then,
Chichen
when we
Itza.
count the steps on each side of the construction, there are 9 roofs of the temple. They were
Los baños están allá.
pieces
Bueno,
of
nos vemos
stone.
entonces a la
On
1
this
y
side we can see on
15
the
por allá.
floor, there is one missing in the corner on the right side. So it had 5 on each side. And the sun is going down after midday. This facade of the buildings is shine. In the corner, take a look, you can distinguish the other wall. The serpent will live under the ground. In that day, 20th of September, instead to descend, it is going up. To wait, we saw only one in one patio, also in Oaxaca, but in Teotihuacan, they have a building in this wall. It was made by the archaeologists. Endings 19th century, beginnings 20th century, and inside they discovered another small pyramid. It means that this one was built over another one. Of the palace, after he dies, or before he dies, better say, he asked the people, their followers, very, very tight. This is another one. But in the center, we have a jaguar. The jaguar on this part of his ribs, it seems is eating something similar to the hearts. This is the way as the Aztecs they used to represent the human serpent in the talud, this wall inclinated. Look, from here you can see how beautiful is the volume basically. No, it's not easy to find this kind of constructions on these dimensions.
Mind you, now it's not many people because they're not climbing, you see.
And
If
there's not
everyone
much
was
people.
climbing,
And it's not almost 2 meters. And I'm sure in those years these trees didn't exist. These are very young. It means that this has to be a building. Some of them fell down, they collapsed because of the pass of the years. This used to be a kind of temple. Once, a few years ago, we used to climb with tourists, and from here until the temple that is in the other side, you can speak not so loud, and they hear you as we hear those that they speak from there. It's the, see, but in the center nobody hears. So this is a special effect, no? I mean, to these dimensions, we will note that there is a kind of tongue, beefy as a serpent, but it's an skull what is represented. So the dead. Then we will note that most of these people represented, they have, some of them they have covered the chest, some others don't. They have a kind of belt, and into the belt they are wearing a kind of a stick, big one like this, almost a branch, I think, and with Kogo Judo, that he was a Franciscan. He says in Yucatan, the children, they were selected according with the date and the position of the stars and things like that. They were separated from the families, they receive a special education and the protection, and this one has one big knife on his head. And now look, this is the other head. I will show you this man. From his body, after he dies, there are flowers or plants like a very good season. And this is the stick, the one that I mentioned. The stick is on the knees. It can be an iron. If you take a look how high are these, I think to pass it through, they use this element on wood. And then, now, we will see here clearly the other face. We saw here the knife and clearly the head here. The other one that we couldn't see, take a look, the attitude, the hands. He has another element, surprise. There are heads and bodies serpents. And his head is here, in the same effect. Ya, mamita, acércate. I mean, they are not just people like this. The way of dress, the way as they ate, it was very special. Let's go. That one.
Yeah.
Once again. 1, 2, 3. Once again. 1, 2, 3. 3, 3, 3. Once again. Vámonos.
The side of the gallery of the ball game court.
Red, but more is just the name of the man. You can see the check mold, you can see part of the decoration up, the roof, it doesn't exist no more, but all these columns that they are, especially at the bottom of this construction, they're square, and they have warriors. The old Chichen Itza. My question is, are you hungry already or not yet? Was built around 650 after Christ. It means few years before Teotihuacan in the center of Mexico was abandoned. In those times, the main gods, they were not the serpent. The main god, it was an old dated with the rain. If we consider the temperature that there is here, that the water is so necessary, then we can understand how important use the constructions abandoned by the ocean was in the other side. And the rivers are running. In some parts of this city, there are some big holes that naturally fell down, they sunk, because on there is passing water. And Stephens they had never seen. They said they are not even respecting the dimensions of the bodies. Because the first one that is carved.
Then you turn left, that's the exit. Thank you very much. I will see you later. Bye. In case you get lost, with your name tag tomorrow, we'll bring it back.
That is the oldest construction. After 52 years, they add the one on the right side. It was opened by the archaeologists. After 52 years, that they add the building on the right, and you can see the vertical wall. And this hole, this door, we can see the different moments of construction of only one pyramid. About the decoration, this is so similar to the one that we saw in Palenque. The patio, they were a temple here, one temple behind us, but it seems that these were the two main constructions in this small patio. That
I'm sure they went this way.
Huh?
Yeah.
So after this exploration of Chichen Itza, now we are going out and we are totally exhausted in this hot sun and miles to walk.
¡Claro que sí! ¡Sí, señor!
We never seen that one, the long one like that now.